What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday and welcome back to News for You with me, Tracy. On tonight's episode, we're getting into Muhoozi warning the voters. We're also getting into a safe space for girls, Uganda Airlines under scrutiny, as well as kidnappings in Nigeria. All of that and so much more coming up tonight. Stay tuned. Chief of Defense Forces General Muhoozi Kainerugaba has directed voters to leave polling stations immediately after casting their ballots, warning against lingering under the pretext of protecting the votes. He said the Electoral Commission, together with security agencies and other stakeholders, have the adequate capacity to manage and safeguard the electoral process. Now, according to the CDF, remaining at polling stations can create unnecessary tension, disrupt order, and potentially compromise peace during the elections. He emphasized that election management and security are the responsibility of legally mandated institutions, not individual voters. The directive, he said, is aimed at ensuring calm, orderly, and peaceful voting processes while allowing officials to carry out their duties without any interference. Now, General Kainerugaba has urged citizens to express their civic duty responsibly and trust institutions to deliver free and fair elections. The CDF has spoken. A rise in lack of information on sexual and reproductive health rights remains a major challenge affecting adolescents in Jinja District, which significantly impacts their school absenteeism as well as the dropout rate, especially among girls. So to address this gap, Good Neighbors International Uganda, in partnership with the Korea International Cooperation Agency, has constructed a multi-million-shilling girls' safe space at Kakira St. Theresa Primary School. Now, the facility is designed to provide supportive environment where girls can access accurate information, counseling, and essential services related to menstrual health and reproductive rights. Stakeholders say that this initiative will help keep girls in school, boost confidence, and promote dignity and well-being, ultimately improving education outcomes for vulnerable learners in the district. Uganda Airlines international operations have come under strain following a wave of flight disruptions that have left passengers experiencing delays and cancellations. The disruptions have affected several long-haul routes, raising concern among travelers and prompting the airline's management to issue clarifications. Here is what they had to say.
What we call aircraft on ground, as one CRJ and one Airbus. There's one in Lagos because we cannot find the spare part, and that's being sourced, not because we don't have it in the stores, but because it's a part that is not ordinarily stocked. And it isn't true that we were stuck both in Lagos and in London. Actually, as we speak now, the flight landed about an hour and a half ago from London, and the Airbus. So the disruptions are simply because we've had technicals. Remember, we have 7 aircraft, including a leased one. So when you have 2 out, that already causes a knock-on effect with flights delayed, flights cancelled. Really, that's what is causing all this. There's also something that people probably haven't noticed. We have, in the industry, what we call NOTAMs. Those are notice to airmen. So most of the regional airports where we're operating have these notices that tell us when we can fly in, when we cannot fly in. So once you already have a delay at Entebbe, that already affects how you'll be able to land or take off from that airport. So you're forced to delay it, and that causes a knock-on effect because you're already operating less 2 aircraft.
Okay. So hearing you properly does suggest that it might not be true that both long-haul aircraft are grounded.
No, that's not true.
Okay. So in a sense, because you've been doing so well and set expectations in the roof, is that the reason why this is happening? Because when you're doing very well and everybody wants to fly with you, when you have these kinds of challenges, then you seem to let people down. Is that the case?
Yes, Sam. We are letting down a lot of our customers. Remember, this is a very high season.
Okay.
And there's holiday season, and there are people coming down for Christmas, kids finishing school and coming home. Mm-hmm. So these disruptions are definitely very annoying.
Okay.
And that's why we have all this negative but positive criticism.
Okay.
That's what I would like to call it. And the fact that people are upset means they have a passion for Uganda Airlines. So how we communicate and how we pass information is very important to manage their expectations.
So what are the methods of adapting and managing this going forward? And if you may, how does 2026 look like?
Okay, first to tell you how we've managed. One of the things we're doing, Sam, is to reprotect. What that means is that we are booking them on different airlines.
Okay.
But already, because of the season, most of the airlines are full. So we are rescheduling them on our flights. We are booking hotels. But then we have also optimized our schedule to make sure that we do not over-promise until we have our aircraft back home.
At least 13 people have been kidnapped by armed men who attacked a church in Nigeria's central Kogi state, marking the second such incident in just 2 weeks. So the attackers stormed a church in the rural district during Sunday service, firing shots before abducting worshippers. Now, Kogi state officials say that 5 of the gunmen were unalived, while others escaped injured. The assailants are believed to be criminal gangs locally known as bandits who often kidnap victims for ransom. Now, the attack follows a similar raid nearby where a pastor, his wife, and church members were abducted and remain in captivity. Now, authorities blame rising pressure on criminals in neighboring states, pushing them into Kogi. Now, the incident highlights Nigeria's ongoing insecurity despite increased security operations ordered by President Bola Tinubu. And that is a wrap for tonight, guys. As always, please do leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye.